Hello, beautiful ladies. Let me ask you something honest, intimate, and a little irresistible. The first time you're intimate isn't about doing everything right. It's about how you feel together. And when you're present, comfortable, emotionally open, and authentic, you don't just create attraction, you create connection. The first time you're intimate with a man is never just about chemistry. It's a moment where curiosity meets vulnerability, where desire mixes with emotion, where he's not only feeling you, he's reading you. And here's the secret most women never hear. In that first intimate moment, a man is noticing far more than your body. He's noticing how you show up, how you feel being close, how you let yourself be seen. Because the first time sets a memory, not a perfect one, but a felt one. And the women men remember most. They're not trying to impress, they're not performing. They're simply present, confident, and emotionally open. Today, I'm going to share 5 things men notice the first time you're intimate. The quiet details that turn a moment into something unforgettable. Because once you understand this, you stop doubting yourself and you start owning your power. When you're intimate with a man for the first time, one of the strongest things he notices is how comfortable you are in your own skin. Not confidence that's loud or forced, but the quiet, natural comfort that comes from accepting yourself in the moment. That ease is deeply attractive, and it changes how the entire experience feels for him. Comfort in your own skin shows up in the way you move without hesitation, the way you don't rush to hide yourself, the way you allow closeness instead of stiffening or pulling back. When you're relaxed with your body, your energy softens, and that softness feels inviting. A man feels it immediately. It tells him without words that you trust the moment and you trust yourself inside it. Men are incredibly sensitive to this, even if they don't consciously realize it. When a woman is tense, self-critical, or overly aware of how she looks, the energy feels tight. But when a woman is at ease, the moment flows naturally. He doesn't feel pressure. He doesn't feel like he has to reassure you constantly. He feels calm, welcome, and connected. And that makes intimacy feel safe and deeply enjoyable. What's important to understand is that comfort has nothing to do with having a perfect body. Men aren't comparing you to anyone else in that moment. They're responding to how you feel about yourself. When you're gentle with your body, when you move with ease instead of apology, it creates a magnetic pull. It tells him you're not at war with yourself, and that peace is incredibly sexy. Comfort also allows you to receive affection fully. You don't shrink from touch. You don't second guess closeness. You allow yourself to enjoy being wanted. That openness makes a man feel desired rather than tested. He feels like he's sharing something mutual, not trying to convince you of your worth, and that balance deepens attraction quickly. There's also something deeply romantic about a woman who doesn't rush to cover herself emotionally or physically. When you're comfortable, you linger, you breathe, you let the moment unfold instead of trying to control it. That patience creates intimacy that feels warm and real, not rushed or awkward. Men notice that because it makes the experience feel special, not transactional. Comfort in your own skin also communicates confidence in the most feminine way. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to perform. Your ease speaks for you. It says, I'm okay being here. I'm okay being seen. And being seen without fear is one of the most intimate things there is. Most of all, your comfort gives him permission to relax too. He feels less guarded, less tense, more present. When both people feel at ease, intimacy becomes slower, deeper, and more meaningful. It stops being about impressions and starts being about connection. And that's what stays with him. Not what you looked like, but how natural, warm, and real it felt to be close to you. When it comes to intimacy, the very first thing a man notices is your presence. Not what you're doing, not how you look, but whether you are truly there with him in that moment. Presence is felt before it's understood. And it's one of the most powerful forms of attraction a woman can bring into intimacy. Presence shows up in your energy. It's in the way your body relaxes instead of staying tense. It's in the way you breathe slowly, naturally, instead of holding yourself tight. When you're present, you're not rushing ahead in your mind, not worrying about how you look, not wondering what he's thinking. You're simply here. And that calm, grounded energy is deeply seductive. A man can feel when a woman is mentally elsewhere, when she's distracted, self-conscious, or overthinking every second. But when you're present, the entire experience softens. The space between you feels warmer, closer, more intimate. He feels like he's not just touching you, but actually connecting with you. And that makes the moment feel real instead of rushed or mechanical. Presence also communicates desire in the most feminine way. You don't need to say anything. Your stillness says, I choose this moment. Your closeness says, I'm comfortable here. Your ease says, you're welcome with me. Men crave that feeling more than anything else, the feeling of being chosen, not chased, felt, not tested. When you're present, even silence becomes intimate. There's no awkwardness, no pressure to fill the space, just shared breath, shared warmth, shared awareness. That kind of silence feels luxurious. It allows the moment to deepen naturally without force. And men notice that immediately because it feels rare and special. Your presence also helps a man relax. He doesn't feel like he has to perform or impress. He doesn't feel rushed or judged. He feels safe to slow down, to stay close, to be himself. And when a man feels safe, his desire becomes more intentional, more attentive, more connected. What makes presence so powerful is that it has nothing to do with perfection. You don't need a perfect body. You don't need perfect confidence. You don't need to know exactly what to do. All you need is permission to let go of pressure and allow yourself to be there. That permission changes everything. A present woman doesn't try to control the moment. She allows it to unfold. She listens with her body. She responds naturally. And that natural flow is incredibly attractive because it feels honest and human. And here's the secret most women never hear. Men remember how they felt in those first intimate moments, not the details, not the positions. The feeling, calm, wanted, connected. When your presence creates that feeling, you become unforgettable. Because presence isn't about doing more. It's about being more. When you're intimate with a man for the first time, how you respond to closeness tells him more than any words ever could. It's not about technique. It's not about doing something impressive. It's about the way your body and energy answer his presence. That response is felt instantly, and it shapes how connected he feels to you. Closeness can be quiet. It can be slow. It can be soft. And the way you allow it rather than resist, it is deeply attractive. When you lean in naturally, when you stay close instead of pulling away too quickly, when your body feels open instead of guarded, he feels welcomed, he feels chosen. And that feeling is incredibly powerful. Men notice when a woman responds with ease, when she doesn't freeze or tense up, when she doesn't rush the moment, or create distance out of nervousness. A relaxed response tells him that being close feels good to you, that you're comfortable sharing space, warmth, and intimacy with him. That simple signal builds trust instantly. Your response also creates rhythm. Intimacy isn't about one person leading while the other follows. It's about flow. When your reactions feel natural and unforced, the moment feels mutual. He doesn't feel like he's guessing or chasing. He feels like you're meeting him right where he is. That mutual energy deepens attraction far more than effort ever could. What's especially sexy is when your response is soft instead of performative. A slow breath, a gentle smile, staying close a little longer. Letting silence exist without rushing to fill it. These small reactions tell him that the moment matters to you, that you're not just going through the motions, you're feeling it. Men are very sensitive to emotional signals, even if they don't talk about it. If your response feels warm and open, he relaxes. If it feels distant or tense, he pulls back emotionally, not because he doesn't care, but because energy guides behavior. Your response sets the emotional tone. Responding to closeness with calm also makes a man feel safe. Safe to slow down, safe to stay present, safe to be himself. When he feels that safety, intimacy deepens naturally. He becomes more attentive, more affectionate, more emotionally available because he doesn't feel pressure. There's also something deeply feminine and magnetic about allowing closeness without fear. You don't need to control it. You don't need to analyze it. You simply allow it. That openness tells him you trust the moment, and trust is one of the strongest foundations of desire. Your response also becomes part of the memory he carries. Long after the moment passes, he remembers how it felt to be close to you. Whether it felt easy, whether it felt warm, whether it felt connected. And when closeness feels good, a man wants to return to it. In the end, how you respond to closeness isn't about doing more, it's about allowing more. Allowing yourself to feel, to stay, to soften. And that natural response creates intimacy that lingers far beyond the first moment. When a man is intimate with you for the first time, your emotional warmth is something he feels almost instantly, even if he can't explain it in words. Emotional warmth is not about what you do. It's about how you feel to be close to. It's the softness in your energy, the kindness in your presence, the gentle way you make the moment feel safe, inviting, and real. Emotional warmth shows up in the way you welcome closeness instead of resisting it, in the way your body relaxes rather than stays guarded, in the way your eyes soften, your smile feels natural, and your energy feels open. A man feels that warmth like a quiet pull. It draws him in without effort. It tells him, you're okay here, you're accepted, you're wanted. And that message is deeply attractive. What makes emotional warmth so powerful is that it calms a man on a deeper level. Many men carry pressure to perform, to lead, to get things right. When you bring warmth into the moment, that pressure melts away. He doesn't feel judged. He doesn't feel rushed. He feels allowed to slow down and simply be present with you. That sense of ease makes intimacy feel richer and more meaningful. Warmth is felt in small moments. The way you listen instead of checking out. The way you respond with gentleness instead of tension. The way silence between you feels comfortable instead of awkward. When emotional warmth is present, everything softens. Touch feels more intimate. Eye contact lasts longer. The moment feels deeper without needing to be intense. Men notice when intimacy feels emotionally human rather than mechanical. When it feels like a shared experience instead of just a physical one. Emotional warmth turns closeness into connection. It tells him that being with you isn't just exciting, it's comforting. And that combination is powerful. Desire mixed with comfort creates attachment far more strongly than excitement alone. There's also something incredibly romantic about emotional warmth because it makes a man feel seen, not evaluated, not tested, just seen. He feels that his presence matters, not just his actions. That emotional recognition creates trust, and trust allows attraction to grow naturally instead of fading after the moment ends. A woman with emotional warmth doesn't need to say much. Her energy speaks for her. She creates a space where intimacy feels safe, soft, and genuine. And in that space, a man relaxes into himself. He becomes more affectionate, more attentive, more emotionally open, because warmth invites closeness without pressure. Most importantly, emotional warmth lingers long after the first intimate moment passes. He remembers how calm he felt with you, how natural it felt to be close, how easy it was to stay. That feeling stays with him, quietly pulling him back, because at the end of the day, men don't just remember what happened, they remember how it felt to be with you. And emotional warmth is the feeling that stays. When it comes to intimacy, your authenticity is one of the most powerful things a man notices and feels right away. Not the poses, not the performance, not trying to be someone else. It's you exactly as you are in that moment with him. A man can sense when a woman is relaxed in her own skin, when she's not acting, not pretending, not overthinking every move. That ease is intoxicating. It creates a soft, magnetic energy that pulls him closer without you doing anything extra. Your real laugh, your natural reactions, the way you respond honestly instead of perfectly. That's what makes the moment feel real and unforgettable. Authenticity shows in the little things. The way you look at him without checking his reaction. The way you let yourself enjoy the moment instead of worrying how you look. When you're present, when you're genuinely feeling instead of performing, it creates a deep emotional connection. He doesn't just feel your body, he feels you. And that's what makes intimacy linger in his mind long after the moment is over. There's something incredibly sexy about a woman who doesn't hide who she is. If you're shy, your softness becomes alluring. If you're playful, your energy becomes irresistible. If you're confident, your presence becomes grounding. Authenticity allows your natural femininity to shine. And that kind of attraction can't be faked. Men often don't remember every detail of what happened, but they remember how a woman made them feel. When you're authentic, he feels chosen, trusted, and invited into your real world. That makes intimacy feel special instead of casual. It feels warm, safe, deep. And that emotional safety makes desire grow stronger. Trying to impress can create distance. Being real creates closeness. When you allow yourself to be imperfect, to be human, to be honest in your reactions, it gives him permission to relax too. The energy shifts. The moment slows down, and suddenly intimacy becomes something shared, not something staged. Your authenticity also builds trust. It tells him without words, this is me, this is real. And that honesty is incredibly attractive. It turns physical closeness into emotional connection. It makes him want to stay longer, touch more gently, and remember you more deeply. So don't try to be what you think you want. Be what you are. Let your feelings show. Let your pleasure be natural. Let your presence be genuine. Because the sexiest thing you can bring into intimacy isn't a move or a look. It's the courage to be yourself, fully and beautifully in that moment. Beautiful ladies, remember, this intimacy is not about doing everything right. It's about feeling deeply, showing up honestly, and allowing yourself to be fully present in the moment. The magic happens when you stop trying to impress and start letting yourself feel. When you relax into who you are, your energy softens, your confidence glows, and your femininity speaks without words. A man may notice your body first, but he remembers your warmth, your openness, and the way you made him feel safe and wanted. That's what stays with him. That's what creates connection beyond the moment. So trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Let intimacy be natural, slow, and real. When you own your authenticity, you don't just share your body, you share an experience that lingers in his heart and mind. And that truly is where your power lies.